regard to a family member of Carlito, he has some considerable history here in BLW.
Absolutely. Yeah, we go back. We know Primo was arrived here in Weymouth.
Yeah, back in 2022, Simon Miller sent Primo in his stead to the contract signing for Miller and Maxted's steel cage match, and Primo attacking Maxted. Maxted has not forgotten that and will look to exact revenge as we await here a spectacular debut of a global star.
I'm not going to lie, there is history.
I think Carlito's brought not one, not two, but 3 apples with him here.
Oh, it's hungry.
Carlito slapping hands with just about everybody. But this is not going to be an easy night at the office for Carlito. Adam Maxted was the first ever British wrestler to be the BLW World Champion. He's also the only wrestler of any nationality to have held that BLW World Championship multiple times. He's a former 3-time World Champion here. Is Belfast's Adam Maxted.
And Adam's not happy. He just wants him in the ring there, get it started. Can you see him? Look, he's pointing at his wrist. There, come on, come on.
Carlito, as we know, has wrestled for the biggest companies in the world, part of the Colon Wrestling Dynasty from Puerto Rico.
And he's got quite a history himself.
Yeah, he's been at the top of the game for, what, 20 years now?
Absolutely. And do you know what? Do you know what never ceases to amaze me, Dave Bradshaw? Is that absolutely everywhere this man goes, it's the same reaction. Everybody loves Carlito. That's cool.
That is Caribbean cool. He exudes that coolness. Adam Maxted not happy with the Carlito chants, but he better get used to them in this match.
He turned his back on the fans.
Now, Maxted, we know, can be something of an egomaniac. Expects unwavering support. Maxted certainly holding a vendetta here, as we just heard.
So are we going to see a handshake here? Are we going to see the same level of respect we just saw in that women's match?
I have a suspicion that's unlikely. And there's your answer. We certainly didn't. Instead, we're going to see a lock-up between these two, and Carlito going to force Maxted into the corner.
Clean break from Carlito.
Maxted is getting a little bit irritated and therefore a little bit distracted by some of the negativity being sent his way from the fans.
What, like he hasn't put out negativity towards the fans?
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
I mean, the attitude.
Maxted, though, does have... Ooh. Carlito didn't like that. And this one getting heated now.
I was going to say, yeah, you're going to hit, mate. I'm going to hit back.
Maxted, though, certainly in no way daunted, going in there against someone with the star power of Carlito, the first of those 3 world title reigns, as I mentioned. Got a victory over MVP, another one with an incredible resume.
And there we go, side headlock by Carlito.
First title win for Maxted, by the way, all the way back at Resurgence in 2019, 7 years ago now.
Wow.
That is how long Adam Maxted has been right at the top of the tree here in BLW.
Well, that's...
Whatever Maxted tries to do here to turn the crowd around, it's just not working.
I don't think he really cares anymore.
Man,
I mean, the ego has built as big as his biceps.
Well, as much as everyone loves Carlito's someone with an ego. He's a person who we know likes to be on top. He's highly competitive. We're seeing it here.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the family history. Look at his history. You know, he'll have seen people like Adam Maxted, you know, come and go. And I'm not saying that to put down Adam Maxted. I'm just saying, you know, guys have come and gone that Carlito has faced. You know, and as much as when Adam Maxted started out in this business, and trust me, I have seen him from beginning to where he is now, you know, and it's the ego has overtaken the ability, in my opinion.
Well, he's a crossover star, is Maxted, as he offers the handshake here. Hang on. Well, you said there wouldn't be one. Maxted's offering it. I'm not sure if this is an entirely sincere offer.
Maybe he knows the new GM's watching. I don't know. See? Carlito's too smart for that. Oh!
This isn't Carlito's first rodeo, but Maxted nonetheless found a way to cheat. Got the finger into the eyes, now putting the boot in here in the corner. Maxted, as I was about to say, he's a crossover star. He was the star of ITV's Love Island, and
who can forget that?
I think that's given him, again, that kind of inflated sense of his own celebrity. Thinks he's the most important person in any room he walks into. Carlito's going to try and knock some sense into him here.
Well, he might think that, but that doesn't work for me, brother.
Carlito now taking Adam Maxted on a tour of all 4 corners of the ring. Maxted getting more familiar with the turnbuckles than he would have liked.
Oh! Adam Maxted probably didn't think that was too cool.
I think he enjoyed that though. He got the knee, went to the bridge of the nose there of Carlito.
What a drop kick! What a drop kick!
But again, Maxted going to the outside, and as annoying as this is from Carlito's perspective, it's obviously a strategy from Maxted.
He's baiting him in, isn't he?
Well, he's trying to break up any rhythm, any momentum that Carlito can build.
Timeout. There's no timeout, Adam Maxted. I love that. Like the amount of years in the business, and wrestlers still don't understand there's no timeout in professional wrestling.
Again, no, it speaks to the ego. Maxted thinks there should be special rules just for him.
Oh, come on, referee. That was a low blow.
Yeah. Speaking of rules, kicking the middle rope there had the effect of a low blow. A little bit of a grey area whether that counts as an infringement of the rules. You're a referee of some note, Steve. What's your take on that? If someone kicks the rope?
They could argue, was it intentional? You know, I didn't go to kick the rope. I went to kick his chest. Oh!
Maxted.
I thought we nearly had a 3 count then.
Yeah, a little bit too close to the bottom rope there. Maxted's got to be careful with the ring positioning when he goes for the cover. Uppercut now from Maxted. Can you imagine the bragging rights for Adam Maxted if he got a win over Carlito tonight?
Could you imagine the ego? Could you imagine?
We'll
we
never
wouldn't
hear the end of it.
No, we wouldn't. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Now, there's a fine line, though, between confidence and hubris. And you've got to wonder at this point, is Maxted getting a little bit complacent, a little bit too cocky, too early? He hasn't won this yet.
Sorry, I'm just looking in the dictionary. That was a word I've not heard before.
Hubris?
Confidence.
Oh, I see. Maxted. Carlito in the corner. Shoulder thrust repeatedly.
Can you hear this wave of crowd? We want apples.
And they say that kids like junk food. Great to hear a healthy chant here from the Weymouth fans.
Kids wanting apples.
Adam Maxted choking away on Carlito.
Carlito being a respectable, and what a great inspiration for these kids, making them eat fruit.
No doubt Carlito gets his 5 a day, but they're all apples, I think. Maxted, a couple of big right hands into the forehead there of Carlito. Look at him adjusting the leg position. That's because I think, yeah, he's going to look for the superplex here.
I do not like that roof, or any of that roof if he hits this suplex.
Carlito using his right hand, holding on to that top rope, preventing himself from being lifted. Veteran smarts there from Carlito.
Ring smarts.
Carlito shoves Maxted away. And now Carlito maybe an opportunity to come off that second turnbuckle, which he does. Shoulder block takes Maxted down.
Needs to get a pin though, needs to get a pin.
Well, the fans certainly believe victory may be coming for Carlito. And by clotheslines, Maxted with no answer to those. Carlito!
Oh, here we go. I think this could be the beginning of the end for Maxted here.
Yeah, Carlito's building up a head of steam, no doubt.
Oh!
Twisting neck breaker there.
Beautiful move.
Carlito hooks the outside leg.
Maxted, 2 count only.
Yeah, still had enough just to get that left shoulder up off the canvas in time. Carlito with Maxted on the shoulders only briefly. Maxted, spine buster. That could be all. That could be all.
Just like that. Just like that. Oh!
Maxted a quarter of a second away from sending home this sold-out crowd. Very unhappy. Maxted would love nothing more than to ruin everyone's Saturday night here. Well, Maxted!
Oh! Telegraph that move.
Huge error on the part of Adam Maxted.
Oh, I can see something in the corner there. Dave Bradshaw. Is it time for one of the 5 a day?
Carlito is picking up Maxted and evil intentions with that apple. Well, Maxted's got the apple. Never touch Carlito's apples. The jawbreaker. Oh my God, the mule kick from Maxted. Maxted went low, referee didn't see it. The referee didn't see it. Now the spear from Maxted. Maxted's gonna steal it here. This is ridiculous.
No.
Adam Maxted just stole a win over Carlito. Come on. That can't be allowed.
This isn't happening.
Where are you going? What? something you want to tell me?
Well, it's definitely not Simon Miller, and it's definitely not you that's the GM. Dave Bradshaw, welcome to a new era of big league wrestling.
There's a new sheriff in town.
There's a new sheriff in town. Hey, and I'm going to say this, things are going to change.
Well, the first act of the Steve Linsky era here was to turn things around, to restart the match, and to help Carlito overcome the injustice of that low blow from Adam Maxted. With the help of our new general manager, Carlito, your winner in our main event at Cool Tides. And if you've enjoyed the action tonight, don't forget, we are back Saturday, May 23rd. Yestin Reese versus Simon Miller for the BLW World Championship at Danger Zone. In the meantime, for Steve Linsky,
The general manager,
Steve Linsky, this is Dave Bradshaw saying good night from Weymouth Pavilion.